There are several tabs in the Options dialog box specific to AutoCAD Architecture, in addition to all of the standard AutoCAD tabs and settings. To display the Options dialog box, I'll expand the Application menu and click the Options button. In the Options dialog box, notice that the last 5 tabs, Aec Editor, Aec Content, Aec Project Defaults, Aec Object Settings, and Aec Dimension, are the ones specific to AutoCAD Architecture. The Aec Editor tab has settings for diagnostic messages that provide feedback from the program, as well as dialog box location settings. Optimize for Speed allows you to control object snapping. When selected, snapping is limited to nodes and insertion points on Aec objects. Under Conversions, the Apply Common Property Set to New Objects checkbox affects how they are created. When selected, as you create an object based on an existing one, such as a new door, any property sets that were assigned to the existing door will automatically be preserved and applied to the new door, provided that the property set definitions in question apply to both objects. Under Solution Tips, you can specify whether you want solution tips to be displayed during the listed activities. Note that drafting is selected by default. Dynamic Dimensions line type shows when placing or editing doors, windows, and walls. You will see a running dimension that you may use for entering the location, and this controls the look of those dynamic dimensions. On the top right, when exporting to AutoCAD, all Aec objects are exploded and reduced to basic AutoCAD entities. There is a choice for whether or not to bind your XREFs and what method you use. There are options for file name prefix or suffix, and a checkbox to maintain resolved layer, color, and line type after the objects are exploded. You have several choices in the Unselected Grip Colors section. Units for legacy drawings enables the software to ignore the value for the AutoCAD measurement variable to ensure that the software respects the correct units when an AutoCAD drawing is opened in the software. There are 3 options. Select Metric or Imperial units for legacy drawings, or select Automatic if you want the drawings to use the units that are current in the software. The Aec Content tab lists the architectural object style, as well as the Aec Design Center content path. The object style path is used by the Properties palette in the General group to search for additional styles in drawing files not currently loaded into the drawing. These styles may be added to the current file. Design Center contains folders with content, such as furniture or fixtures, that you may place in your drawing. The checkbox for Display Edit Property Data dialog during tag insertion opens this dialog box when you tag an object such as a door or a window. These tags attach object-based property sets. This option is similar to placing an attributed block. The Tool Catalog Content Root Path is the location where all of the catalogs to be used for both Content Browser and Tool palettes are stored. There are also databases used for placing detail components or when keynoting, and there are buttons for adding or changing the path to where these are located. The next tab is Aec Project Defaults. When using the Project Browser and Project Navigator, you may preset many of the template files to be used, as well as the Aec Project Location search path. You may also specify the default project image and bulletin board to be used in the project browser. At the bottom are additional checkbox options. One is for closing your project drawings when switching from one project to another. Select the Show Detailed Drawing Preview checkbox to see what you are actually dropping onto your Sheet Layout tab from your view file. If you always use Project Browser, then select the Show Project Browser at Startup checkbox. You also have the ability to create a sheet set template that will be used in the Sheet Set Template file option above. The Aec Object Settings tab has 4 sections. On the upper left are the wall settings. Notice that the auto-snapping of new wall justification lines is currently automatic, which means new walls will try to snap to existing wall justification lines and clean up. When grip editing a wall, If it's within 6 inches of another wall justification line, it will find it and clean up. There is a checkbox for not displaying opening end cap styles. On the bottom left is the Aec Display Resolution. This controls how smooth curved architectural objects appear in the drawing. The facet deviation has a default value of 1/2 inch for drawings created using imperial templates and 12.7 millimeters for drawings created based on metric templates. The number you set as the facet deviation value defines the maximum distance from the chord to the arc, an edge created by faceting the curve, to the true mathematical arc. The facet deviation can be any value greater than 0. The facet maximum is the maximum number of facets that can be used to draw curved objects. This can be any value between 100 and 10,000. In the upper right are stair settings. If you want a presentation format, select the checkbox to not show cut or path lines. Notice that there are also options for node O-snaps, measure stair height, and calculator limits. In the bottom right are space settings. The last tab, Aec Dimension, has 4 sections: General, Units, Elevation Labels, and Dimension Label Prefixes. General allows immediate update when objects that are within a wall are added or removed. You can also control whether dimension text is underlined or not. Units controls the dimension format. The automatic scale of AutoCAD Dim Styles window allows you to check the dimension styles to rescale if the drawing units were ever changed. In the Elevation Labels area, notice that there are options for a plus/minus symbol and displaying a plus symbol for positive values. Dimension Label Prefixes allow you to select 4 different object types and then to adjust the text to be used when labeling them.